Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jun Liang, the trainer here in Amazon. Now, today's topic is regarding about FBA. How can FBA help to streamline your online business? Now, if you are new here, remember that we do have a QR code here, so you can scan this QR code or you can go to the link amzn.to/selleredu. Right, it's a one pager kind of link in bio page that I created to consolidate all the useful resources for you. So some of the information, or rather most of the information I share in the webinar will also be available there as well. Right, so today we're gonna go into a very important topic. Before we go on, just some important notice for you. All right, I see some new names here today, so thank you for joining and thanks for your support. Now we do have a official YouTube channel, and specifically I do create a playlist just to include all the playbacks for my webinar. All right, that's the YouTube handle at Amazon Global Selling. So we also have a Q&A at the every end of the webinar. So this will be exclusively for live attendees, for yourself right now who spend the time with me, and the recording will only be the content itself. So if you have any burning questions, you might want to stay to the end so that I can help to address it. Right, so any question, let me know in the Q&A box. If you have put in your questions during the registration form, I would have been able to extract it in the morning. So if you don't see your question, that's fine. You can put in the question box too. All right, lastly, make sure you check the latest video. If not, you can refer to Seller University or the Seller Central Help if you are watching this video a few months down the road. So a quick introduction, that's the team I'm in, the Seller Education team. And what you are watching right now or attending right now is the Amazon Live webinar, where there will be a couple of webinars every month to cater for different seller in the different parts of your journey. Right, it could be a new seller, or it could be already selling on Amazon, or just want to get some updates on the new up and coming policy. So that's every webinar for you. And the next one is the Seller University. So over there, you get a lot of the more detailed content, one pager, and guides to guide you along, as well as shorter videos on our YouTube channels too. All right, now moving on right into the agenda today. This is what I'll be sharing. All right, first of all, fulfillment by Amazon FBA. Now I think this is very important for all online seller, especially when you are not selling in the country that you're residing. All right, so I'm going to share with you what FBA is about. So Amazon provide this fulfillment program or services for all Amazon seller. So it means that you yourself as a seller, you can send a product in bulk to an Amazon fulfillment center. Now in our case, if you are residing in, for example, Singapore and you are selling into the Amazon US store, right, so what it means is you can send your product in bulk to one of the fulfillment center in the US, and whenever somebody buys something from your listing, now Amazon will take on the responsibility to actually pick, pack, and ship the order to your customers. All right, now apart from that, Amazon also provides some customer service like answering certain questions such as the returns or other simple questions that Amazon can support. So it kind of save you some manpower and resources. So these are currently the country that FBA is supported. All right. So, as mentioned, FBA is actually one of the way that you can fulfill your order. All right. So this is to share with you how typically it's gonna look like. Now, the orange color will be what we call the first mile logistic. So, there are some Amazon solution as well. I'll be sharing regarding first mile logistic in the up and coming other webinars. Right now, for now, most seller may could have probably used their own logistic option, right? So first of all, you might have to engage your third-party logistic provider to ship your products to the Amazon fulfillment center. Right, that's where the orange portion is. So this is what we typically call the first mile logistics. So at the blue color part, that is where FBA comes into play, right from the fulfillment center, right? And then Amazon will store your inventory for you, as well as pick, pack, and ship the product if your customer bought your product from your listing. So some advantages which to share over here, right? Because using FBA with Amazon Fulfillment Network, right, your customer will be able to receive your products faster, right? There's faster shipping. So across the 50 states in the US, customer can receive your product within 2 days. And apart from that, like I mentioned early on, 24/7 customer service. All right, so the Amazon team will be able to answer any questions your customer might have. All right, things like regarding maybe shipping time, regarding like how to return a certain product, etc. It will be done in the local languages. So regardless of what languages your customer could speak, all right, the customer service will be able to support that. And because of that, right, it also help increase your product discovery, right? Because of faster shipping and then be eligible for prime shipping. So by using FBA, your product may actually appear more visible to your target audience, right? Because people typically wants to receive the product faster, right? Same for you and me, right? So it tends to get more visibility compared to those products that might take a longer time to ship if they are not using FBA. Okay, last but not least, there will be some discount that I'm going to share as well by leveraging FBA to help you kickstart your selling journey. Okay, this is what typical fees will be like. All right, so of course, as with all fulfillment, there will be fee required. Right now, the basic cost of the fulfillment will include the storage fee. Right, it's based on per cubic foot per month. Right, it could be prorated depending on which month your product reaches the fulfillment center. Right, as well as the fulfillment fee is charged per item and based on the size and the weight of each item. Right, these two components will be the FBA charges. Okay. Now, of course, there are other optional fee that may include, such as labeling, packaging, even order removal, etc. And also do note that each market, or rather each store, has a different size and weight limit for the fulfillment fee, like Amazon US, Amazon Japan, or even Amazon, for example, EU, etc. Right, different Amazon store may have different requirements or different limits for the leveraging of this using FBA. All right. So highly recommend you to check in the Seller Central help pages on the relevant stores that you want to sell in to make sure you get the most updated fees information. Right, for some seller who might think to want to sell products that could melt, right, just for your info, you can also use FBA to fulfill those meltable product. All right. Now, however, there are certain dates that you might want to take note of, and then do also take note that the dates may change. So always look through the Seller Central for the most updated dates. All right. So meltable refers to all heat sensitive products, including but not limited to food like chocolates, gummies, jelly, or even other wax-based products. All right. This is largely due to the temperature requirements. All right. So certain products may not be eligible to use FBA due to the temperature, all right, of the country. So do take note of that. So for more detailed information, you can search for multiple FBA inventory in Seller Central. Now, to even help you with the understanding of the cost, there is a calculator, what we call the FBA revenue calculator. Right, later on, if there's time, I will definitely be happy to show you during the Q&A. I will run a demo on this. Now, if not, you can actually scan the QR code. I have the link right in my dedicated resource page. If not, you can just do a search, online search for FBA revenue calculator. It should appear. So these tools, this calculator tool, you can use it even without a Seller Central account, even without a selling account, right? You can use it. Now, however, you do want to take note that there will be some differences. So if you use the tool without logging in, so the tool will not be able to tell whether or not are you on a professional plan or are you on the individual selling plan, right? That means that the tool by default will show an additional 99 cents USD per unit sold, right? That's something you want to take note of. All right, so this tool can help you calculate things like the referral fee, right? Fulfillment fee for the different stores and the different product category, right? The inbound placement fee, if any, the storage fee, etc. So long you put in the accurate information. All right, as a recommendation, I would suggest you to put in some buffer, all right, so that there is some, I would say, room for estimations in your product, in the cost, all right, in the cost of this FBA, right? So give on some buffer if you think, certain things you might, perhaps pump up a little, like 5 to 10% more, just to factor that in. So these two can help you do some comparison if you're having your own logistic provider versus if you were to use FBA to fulfill, right? You can make a cost to cost comparison on which one is more cost effective for your business. Right, the next one is also very useful for a seller who might be actually intending to package your own product, label your own product. Right, this is something you want to take note of, is that there are a lot of videos that we also developed to share with you, is in the link as well that I share over here. Right, there is a lot of prep videos to show you how you can pack your product that is compliance to the requirements to ship in your products, your inventory to FBA. There's labeling tutorial, packaging tutorial, etc. So I would highly suggest you to check out the videos. All right. So the other part I want to share is there's a lot of discount for FBA, right? Is we are using FBA now as part of the 2024 new seller incentive. I know this is 2025 now, right? The 2024 incentive will still be applicable until March of this year, right? Or rather the last day of February this year, right? Because typically the new seller incentive usually starts around March of the following year, right? So for this year, right, if you were to start using FBA, you'll still be under the 2024 new seller incentive. All right, so under this, you can see there is some incentive. You can get up to $200 inbound shipping credits or $400 inbound placement fee credits. All right, just an overview. All right, so if you're using FBA, right, and then on top of that, there are some other credits if you are using Send. Right, Send is a seller export and delivery program, which I'll be sharing in next month's webinar as well. All right, so if you are using Amazon Global Logistics, AGL, it is the first mile delivery option that Amazon have for sellers. Right, you also get a $200 credits for that. All right. Now, apart from that, right, you'll also be auto-enrolled in this FBA new selection program, which I will share in the next few slides too. All right, so with that, you get some of these like free storage, free liquidations, free returns processing for eligible new to FBA ASINs, right, for a limited time. And also, during the first 365 days, you will get exemption from the storage utilization surcharges. All right, so this one is regarding inbound placement fee, where you get up to 400 credits. All right, so whatever fees I shown you is in a USD for your info. All right, and also 10% off the fulfillment fees on your first 100 unit. Right, again, disclaimer, if you are going to start selling maybe a few months down the road, you might be eligible for the up and coming newer new seller incentive, which I'm not sure when yet. Right, but rest assured, when that is out, you'll be available in Seller Central, and I also be hosting another webinar regarding the most latest 2025 new seller incentive to keep you more informed on what is the difference. Right. So the next is something I mentioned earlier on, the FBA new selection program. So what this about is to encourage seller to add on new product, right, by providing incentive to help sellers like yourself to reduce the potential risk and also the cost for testing your new product launch. All right, some of the perks here, you can save on the storage and inventory costs, all right, and also you can test your new selection products. Right, for limited time, these are the perks we have. Free monthly storage, free removals, free returns processing, liquidations, and rebate for new to FBA products, and also discount on partner carrier shipping. And specifically for US store, where these are different benefits on the first column, and also the eligibility of the benefits. All right, so there's quite a fair bit. I'll leave it here, or you can watch the recording. All right, but more or less it's pretty much what I shared earlier on. And also, if you are concerned where you can track all these, all right, this slide I want to share also, there is what we call a new selection, FBA new selection dashboard. All right, so in fact, you don't really have to, remember whether or not have you enjoy any of the benefits. But there is a dashboard that you can go into. Seller Central, you can search for FBA new selection dashboard. Over there, you can see how many of your ASIN are enrolled into the FBA new selection program, and then how much of the benefit have you actually received from the program. So, lastly, before I forget, all right, there is something called the low price FBA rates as well. So, if you price your product under $10 USD, or your product will be automatically receiving the low price FBA rates. All right, so that together you get the same delivery speed as the standard FBA. Right. So in what we observe, the low price FBA rates are 0.77 USD cents less than the standard FBA rates. Right. And then they enjoy all the free shipping for prime customer as well as standard shipping for non-prime customer. All right. So something new starting from January 15 this year. I think it's tomorrow, right? The peak fulfillment fee will end and the non-peak 2025 low price FBA fees will be applied to. All right. So you can scan this QR code as well to check out the most updated fees. All right. So in summary, just to let you know that sometimes during the peak fulfillment period, the fee may change, and then starting from this year 15, the fee is going back down to the non-peak period. All right. So before we end, I want to share other resources we have from Seller University. All right. So for people who are more interested in reading up in more details, you can check out. Again, I put all the links into my dedicated resource page here. All right. You can read through in detail what exactly is FBA. It's basically similar like what I covered, just that there's more detail in terms of giving you the step-by-step process to create a shipment, right, and some other fulfillment solution that's available for sellers selling to the North America. So more resources for those of you who are already actually in the midst or already started shipping using FBA, right? There's a inventory troubleshooting guide, all right, and also some other fees that you might want to be aware of. Right. So in general, you can also search for this information on Seller Central. You can get to those links as well. All right, before I end, I just want to share we still have another two up and coming webinar this month. Right, tomorrow we're going to go through a to Z guide for product launches. All right, which I'll have Ethan to join us, our account manager. And then the following day, I will walk you through guidance on Seller Central 101. Right, Seller Central is actually the website that you will go to do all your things about listing, updating your account information, getting your account health right, and then submitting compliance document. Is basically your website to do all your listings, etc. Right, I'll walk you through the demo on that session. All right, so remember to register for it, right, and then also bookmark this page. Okay, I reached the end of the session today. So I'm gonna go through the Q&A right now. Now, if you have any question, let me know.